welcome to another episode of The Traveling Introvert. Today I'm going to give you 5 random tips about flying. Tip number 1, always, I don't care how short the flight is. Actually, I'm phrasing this if you check luggage. So here's my thing. I'm short. There's nothing worse than trying to lift, 15 kgs up above my head into the baggage place where I can't reach. I can't reach, and then I don't want to do my back in. So I always check luggage. I know a lot of people don't check luggage, and everyone has the reason to do it and not to do it. I'm lucky enough that I have status, so I don't have to pay to check luggage. And like I said, my back health is far more important to me than the $25 that I would have to pay if I had to check my luggage. So this tip is for if you check baggage, always keep a change of clothes in your hand luggage. And it should be like a t-shirt, underwear, 2 pairs of underwear, really, a pair of socks, and just so that you can feel refreshed, and or in case your luggage goes missing. I have a friend right now who currently doesn't have her luggage, and there's a wedding she's attending, and it's terrible. But yes, always keep a change of clothes in your hand luggage. Always track your flight. So there's a free site called FlightAware where you can put in your flight details and you can send it to other people so they can track your flight. But one of the cool things is you can look up to see where your flight is coming from. And some airlines also have this built into their app, like United do. You can look and see, where's my flight coming from? Track that flight. That way you know if that flight is late, if it had maintenance, whatever might be going on. It's nice to know. Because, for example, if your flight is late and you have a connection and you realize that your inbound flight is late, you are less likely to panic and try and book yourself on another flight. So I highly recommend tracking your flight. One other thing I recommend, even though you book through your airline or maybe a third-party site, double check your confirmation number. Make sure it all works. I've had it a couple of times when I've been booking for clients or myself, where I've gotten a confirmation number and then I go to the actual airline's website to try and put it in and it doesn't work. And so then you have to call up and do all these things. You don't want to do that when you're at the airport because you're panicked, you're frazzled. Maybe there's something that needs fixing, maybe it didn't go through and you just don't know. So always just double check and confirm that your information is correct. What I would highly recommend, and this is another tip, the tips are now getting long, is always book through directly with the website, the airline that you're flying with. I highly recommend this because if something goes wrong or you need to change something or whatever it is, it's better to deal with the airline direct. Dealing with Orbitz, Expedia, Flight Guru, there's a story there. Just creates a lot of hassle because a lot of airlines are like, well, you booked with a travel agent, so you have to go and talk to the travel agent. And you're like, but my flight is in 2 hours. Doesn't matter. You have to talk to the travel agent, who of course can't do anything with a 2-hour window. So it might be more expensive, or they might not take the payment type that you like. But generally speaking, you should book directly with the airline that you are flying with. It can make things a lot easier. Tip number, I think we're on 3 or 4 now, is hook yourself up to the airline's Twitter. So whichever airline you're traveling with, make sure you're following them on Twitter, because they respond to Twitter far faster than a phone call or a lot of other things. I've definitely had a lot of quick responses from different airlines and hotels, actually, if you message them on Twitter. And random tip, take a photo of your luggage. Luggage gets damaged. It can get damaged in general, but sometimes it's worse than others. And some airlines have been known to tell you, we didn't do it. So I highly recommend, once they tag your luggage before it goes off on the conveyor, take a photo of the luggage and the luggage tag, because that way also if you lose the little number thing, because sometimes they put it on the back of your ticket, sometimes they don't, you have a copy of it on your phone. So you'll have the number and you'll have the way that your luggage looked. Or if your luggage is lost in transit, a lot of the time they ask you to fill out a thing that says, what does your luggage look like? And so it's really helpful to have this photo and be like, it looks like this. That's my last tip for today. There are so many more tips, but those are my quick ones. And yeah, that was it for this week from The Traveling Introvert. Have a good rest of your week, and please feel free to reach out to me at introvert@thetravelingintrovert.com.